So yeah, I feel like I can definitely knock out Kai or Pantoja. So that's why I'll be tuning in. Let's say it now, if Pantoja wins, let's fight New Zealand. I'll headline it, me and him, for the title, in front of my people.
Or if Kai wins, go to Japan.
There's a story there as well. I'd love to go back over there, fight Super Tama Arena, in front of all the Japanese fans, and fight for the title there. That would be awesome.
You're coming off a first round KO of Steve Erceg. Who isn't just, anyone. He exploded onto the scene. I think it was ranked 10 at a time, and he got a title shot against Pantoja. It was a super competitive fight, but you ran through him in a round. Probably one of, if not your best finishes. Talk me through, that fight and that fight week.
Yeah, so that fight in Perth, close to home, also to be on the card with a few of my teammates, Izzy and Dan, felt like the kind of perfect lead up. I had taken a year off due to a concussion. I took 6 months off contact and then just gave myself a lot of time. So perfect time when I told Eugene, our coach, I want to fight close to home, and then this card came up. We had a few names come across our desk, and then Steve was one of them. So I said I want to fight the best guys, and the guy that just fought for the title just makes sense. So
how dialed in were you during the fight week? Because watching you do pads and stuff during the week, it was like everything you were drilling and working on, you executed.
Yeah, 100%. I think the energy I brought into this fight was enjoying the process. I guess when you've taken time off and doing something you love, and then putting back all that time back to my family, when you're back in that setting, you can actually really appreciate it. So yeah, I was in a really good headspace. We'd worked on these things in our camp and fight week to a T. And for this fight, especially against Steve, he's slick. He's a good boxer, he's a good striker, he's well-rounded. So I had to kind of stay in the fire. So that was the game plan. And then just using different entries, being very versatile, and then adapting to whatever was in front of me. So you were seeing my experience in that fight week and then in that fight. So come fight night, when I heard my walkouts on Stan Walker, Maori Kite Ao, I channel my tupuna, my ancestors, and it's like my my anchor. When I walk out there, I'm very calm, very kia tau, which is calm in the chaos, was really present. So when I got in there, saw Steve, saw the body language, I knew that I was going to be too much. I had all my tupuna behind me and momentum, and it's hard to stop it. And when you have that self-belief and that willingness to perform and ice those moments, when I stepped over through that step over jab, I feared a few times, but I knew it was going to land eventually. And then later on that first round, that's when I caught him. He thought he was out of range, but I'd made the adjustment and he didn't make that extra adjustment. So that's when I landed that left hook, which people only think I got a right hand. So to land something on the other side just lets people know that I'm not just a one-trick pony. I've got other tools, and then from there, that's just instinct going for the kill. So once I had him hurt, I knew that he was hurt bad, and then I got him out that last shot. That was another highlight reel to the record. For those that saw that pukana that I did at the weigh-in, I did a pukana where I've taken the mask off. So that was like a representation of me showing my purest form, which is me just being unapologetically Māori, something that my ancestors would have done. I'm just that modern day version of it. So this is my platform, fighting is my vehicle, and it's just a way I can express myself and express where I'm from, my culture, and my heritage. So when I did that, it was just a taste of what was to come. And then fight night, after I hit him with that step over 2 and then that 3, and then celebrating on top of the cage. Just, really proud to be able to execute and just giving all that love back to my team, back to my family. Those are the ones that are there, supporting win or lose. My wife and kids, and seeing how happy, it makes them, and just seeing the smile on their faces. I got a video from the grandparents of my son saying, go daddy, and like those moments, they're like bucket list moments where he's seeing me in the present, going after my dreams. So I want him to be able to do that when he's older. So it's pretty cool that I can, lead from the front and leave a legacy where, regardless of winning the title, I've already won it, being able to do what I do and provide for my family.
What did you think of Pantoja's performance against Steve? And why do you think it wasn't as easy for him as it was for you?
Yes, Pantoja had a good performance against Steve. He did what he needed to do. I think Pantoja maybe took the fight a bit lightly, where he didn't expect Steve to come forward and to be able to, pick him apart like he did. Maybe a bit of experience is what lacked in Steve's fight game, where going for takedowns where he should have kept it standing, putting more pressure on when he had Pantoja hurt. All those things are just part of being mature in the UFC and being able to live up to those moments. There's so much pressure. Yeah, he did what he needed to, but Pantoja, he's a dog. Like he's going to make the fight ugly, and I think that's what makes him so dangerous. Is you think he's out, but he will stay in it, and he'll find a way to either get on your back and choke you out, or grind out a 5-round decision.
When did you first hear of Kai Asakura?
No, I knew of him. I fought in Risen before, and I don't think we're on the same card, but I knew of him. I guess just being in the flyweight, you kind of know who's in the division. Even if they're not in the UFC, you just kind of keep an eye on what they're doing. So to be the champ at Risen in Japan as the bantamweight champ, has a lot of hype, got a lot of good knockouts on his record, a lot of good names. So I'm expecting him to bring the fight to Pantoja. The first time I heard of them fighting was when I bet Steve, and they were saying, oh, you could be next in line, but I've heard they've already done a deal with Kai Asakura coming in from Japan. And I was like, come on guys, bro, you got the wrong Kai. Like, you could have waited till after I fought to make that fight happen. But hey, the universe has something else planned for me, so I can't force these things. I just gotta control what I can, and that's what I'm doing. So I'll be watching UFC 310, and it should be a good fight.
What do you think of Kai Asakura's fighting style?
Kai Asakura's fighting style's exciting. He goes for a lot of risky stuff, flying knees. Loves the calf kick. I think that's typical in a Japanese fighter. They love that style. Comes forward, and I've seen some videos of him wrestling Barab. He's got really good takedown defense. So in the cage, something different that he'll be used to. In Japan, they fight in the ring. So I feel like his wrestling will be good, and I feel like he's going to bring the fight to Pantoja. So knees up the middle, teeps up the middle, calf kicks. A lot of variety in his attack, and he could be the one to take out Pantoja. His chin, he hasn't buckled yet. He's got one of the best chins in the UFC in the flyweight division. Never been finished, never been knocked out. So Kai could be that guy to do it. If not, I'll be the next guy to do it.
Talking about, you had heard they had done a deal with Kai right after your, last win. I mean, you were pretty much blatantly robbed. Everyone saw that in the Amir Albazi fight. Seeing that fight for what it was, and adding your first round knockout of Steve Erceg should have given you, a ticket. Do you feel like you were overlooked a little bit?
Oh, well, I feel like I'd done enough. Just the state of the flyweight division. Everyone's fought everyone, 2 or 3 times now. So I haven't fought Pantoja since 2016, being on the Ultimate Fighter, and that was only 2 rounds. That should have gone to a 3rd round because that was a close fight. But look how much time's passed. 8 years. We're both, the face of the flyweight division. Him as a champ now, Pantoja, doing really well. I haven't fought him in the UFC, but I fought Moreno, I fought Roval, and I fought Amir, and those are the only guys in front of me. So it just makes sense for me to fight Pantoja if he gets past Kai Asakura, and
or even fight Kai.
Yeah, if he wins, then Kai versus Kai.
Ooh, Kai versus Kai. I like the sound of that.
There's
I was watching the guy's highlights because I was like, let me check this guy out.
Yeah.
He's wild, eh?
Yeah, he is. He is wild.
Fast, I mean, great for the division, but yeah,
he swings.
I love the fight style, and he likes the lead of that
knee.
It's not like flying, but like just leads.
Knees to the sternum.
Yeah. I mean, Kai versus Kai. I mean, I feel like your fighting styles, you can be, just as violent as he is, but you're just cleaner.
No, that's always been something those areas that I shine in, which is like my technique is, there's no fat. I trim the fat off everything, so everything has like exact a place. And like when I throw, it's like there's no delay. It's like wherever it's going straight to the point. So yeah, I feel like I could definitely knock out Kai or Pantoja. So that's why I'll be tuning in. I'll be in Tahiti. I won't actually be in Auckland. I'll be on my holiday with my family, just having a little break before the end of the year. and just giving back my time to them. So I'll be poolside watching the fights, but hey, come next year, wherever the fight is, I'll be ready. So I don't know if Sydney will be an option. It might be a bit too quick for them to turn around if they're fighting in December. So I'd love to be fighting close to home, but if I'm fighting for the title, I'll be waiting for whenever that is. So I'm guessing mid next year. Brazil, New Zealand, UFC New Zealand. UFC need to bring it back to New Zealand. So hey, let's say it now. If Pantoja wins, let's fight New Zealand. I'll headline it, me and him, for the title, in front of my people. I'm sure he wants to travel, come down under, and get to see something different, and we can do it here. That would be the dream.
Or if Kai wins, go to Japan.
Yeah, I know, there's a story there as well. I'd love to go to Japan or go back over there, fight Super Tama Arena in front of all the Japanese fans, and fight for the title there. That would be awesome.